Ulysses S. Grant was known for many things in his life. He was a great general in the Civil War. He was also a great president after the war. But did you know that he was also a great writer? Ulysses started writing when he was engaged to his wife, Julia Grant. Ulysses and Julia were engaged for about 4 years due to the fact that Grant was at war shortly after he asked the big question. He wrote many letters to his soon-to-be wife and surprisingly was very romantic and high-spirited. He also would make sure that he could fit some time in his packed schedule to write to his fiancée regularly. After they got married, he continued to write to his wife when he was sent to the Civil War and also while he was president. In one letter that he sent on the anniversary of their engagement, he includes that he was so scared to ask for her hand in marriage that he forgets if it was snowing or if it was warm outside. Later on, Ulysses decided to write memoirs while he was in office. He began writing his memoirs because his son Ulysses S. Grant Jr. and Ferdinand Ward started an investment firm called Grant & Ward. Grant Sr. ended up investing in the company, but did not have much of a hands-on role in the company. With Ward knowing this, he ends up tricking Ulysses Sr. by saying that the business was failing, so he got Grant to ask his good friend William Vanderbilt for a check of $150,000. After Grant received the check, he handed it over to Ward, and later on Ward just magically disappeared, and both the company and the bank failed, and Grant was in financial crisis. He was forced to sell most of his items to make money. Knowing he is a good writer, Grant begins writing articles for Century magazine and realizes his true potential. He begins writing his memoirs for Mark Twain, who stole Grant from his original publisher, Century Company. Later on, he was diagnosed with cancer, so now he was not only dealing with financial issues, but he also had to deal with the disease. He began racing to get his memoirs finished before he passed so that his family would not be impoverished with him no longer in the picture. While dealing with cancer, he was going through intense pain to the point where he would no longer be able to talk. He had to communicate through his doctor by writing him letters. He finished his memoirs with just days to spare before he sadly passed on July 23, 1885.